somebody new, so I never get confused. Hotel get a bird's eye view, hotel get a waiting room. Read a magazine while you wait for me, baby, I'll be done so soon. Phone gotta be off, each store got locks, I got some trusted shoes. 10K on the countertop, don't look so shocked, it's nothing new. Death comes in threes, wins come in twos, cash comes in ones. Throw it up, celebrate some news. I do a good job, pull up and pop out and pull out. Head on and hood on, pedal to metal. When I put my foot on, I got to put on. I got a bad one, they wanna keep me, oh that's a good one. Pockets are dense, I think my bread is hard as a crouton.
Coach, we find ourselves at the foot of the Rockies, Denver, Colorado, for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Denver Broncos. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Now the former fourth-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. Give him 3 there on the first play of the game, and it's second down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
No gain that time on the completion, and it'll be third down.
That was impressive to me because while it was a pass play, they still rallied to the football like they were filling running lanes, and they were able to put the receiver on the ground.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Rosen. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
And a few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Kill. Turn up. Kill.
Now the first carry here for Phillip Lindsay. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Locke throwing on second down. He'll get this to Phillip Lindsay, complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. They'll try and run for it with Lindsay. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. He needed a yard. That's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. On first down, right back to Lindsay. Eli Apple up from his corner spot to make the play.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
From the 45 on second down, Locke. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a third down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They look to throw. It's Locke. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And they get the football. They'll set up shop at their own 49-yard line. So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49.
53, 80. Here we go. Check. 50. Hey, Zoo. Check. 53 is mine.
After the interception, here's Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balaj. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Go. Check. Right 54. Right 54. Here we go, G. Get off the field.
From midfield now, here's Rosen. He'll find Juju Smith-Schuster. The Steelers able to pick up 18 yards there.
Check. Walk the foot. I don't think you got it, son.
They'll look to throw on 1st down with Josh Rosen. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Chris Godwin with touchdown number 8 on the year. As his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. And he'll put it through to make it 7-0 Steelers.
Makes the score Steelers 7, Broncos nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And you combine a big leg with a mile-high air, there's the outcome. This will sail out of the end zone for a touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 the score as they start 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's caught inside the 30. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. DeAndre Hopkins, his 6th touchdown of the season, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. You got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to let this one go deep. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on 1st down, but he couldn't reel it in. So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28. Now Balaj. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the 1st down. It was to accomplish what they did, to get them into a manageable 3rd down, because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
A nickel set defensively for the Broncos here on 3rd down. Here's Rosen to throw. Open man has got one. It's complete. Already he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter, and he's got a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Recon, 132 fighter.
They'll run here with Balaj. And he's going to be met at about the 43.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size and these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Open man, Smith-Schuster, it's complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. These two teams all tied after one. They run it with Balaj. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here we go. Check 24. Check 24.
Balaj. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game as we just saw there.
And he's going to come up well short as they rally up to stop him at about the 16. So on 4th down here, Mike Tomlin says, let's just get 3. This a 33-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. A little brief second of indecision there was certainly hooking, but bottom line, it's good.
Yeah, and, you know, got a little bit of English on it, right? That left-footed kicker trying to pop it through. A little bit too close to the right upright for his liking, but he'll take the 3.
And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
Here we go.
At their own 28-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, let's see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. On 2nd down, here's Locke. And a big loss here as he's taken down.
Well, many times when you talk about mobile quarterbacks, you get the sense that they feel like they can get out of any bad situation. They keep moving around and trying to emulate guys like the Scrambler or the Dodger. Instead, they keep losing yardage and digging themselves a hole that they can't get out of.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And the Steeler offense, they're set up nicely as they take over.
Mike. Mike. Hey, watch your leg. Quarter. Watch twits. Hey, quarter. Hey, I-7.
Throwing now, Rosen on first down. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 46. Von Miller make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16.
Let's get off the field.
Now Rosen. He'll set up the screen to Balazs. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That'll go down as a loss of 8. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
Monday. 80. Hey, look, 3. Hey, Alpha. Watch out. Check line 54. Line 54. I'm coming.
Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. He's going to go for a big play down into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line. Locke and the Broncos going to come up 1st and 10 at their own 27. After the turnover, here's Locke. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Sean Davis with a pick. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Steeler touchdown. Ah, yes, the old tip drill works to perfection there.
You're bringing back great memories. Used to love that drill. And a lot of times in practice, you work on it, not just one tip, but multiple tips, just in case the ball stays in the air for a while, to have an awareness and the ability to go up and grab it, and then you want to get some blocking support and end up in the opposite end zone.
In that tip drill, what do you yell?
For us, it was Oski. Okay, Oski was an
things
interception.
For different teams.
Different teams have different ways of doing it. I've heard bingo, jackpot. The worst I ever heard, though, was Frankenstein. You don't want it to be a
too many
syllable.
syllables. Yeah.
You want to get it right down and go. Oski is really the preferred word.
Locke trying again after the pick 6. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Phillip Lindsay, the intended target. And that'll bring up 2nd down. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Noah Fant, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. McManus's point after is good, and the lead's down to a field goal at 17-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window? I think hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Bradley Chubb, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. And now it's Rosen looking. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down. And Charles, got to like what this defense has been able to do these last couple of plays.
Yeah, they get the sack on first down, then they force the incomplete pass. Now they're just a play away from getting the football right back, but it's a big play. They've got to hold up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Hey, exit. Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
From the shotgun, it's Rosen. This is Johnson. He's got it. A good pickup there of 22. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Von Miller in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. They come up on second and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, arguably, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get
into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. How about that for a little jolt right before intermission?
I'm talking about taking momentum into the half with you, and so many teams have an emphasis on trying to score in the last 2 minutes of a half. To carry that with them, it's not often talked about scoring on defense, though. That's extra mode.
And now they may take the lead into the locker room as well. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best. And
for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Johnson was the intended receiver.
15-1.
The Broncos take over first and 10.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers. Bravo.
On first down, Locke. This is the tight end Fant. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
And he's the epitome of what we call the move tight end. A guy that you can line up anywhere. In the slot, out wide, in tight. Doesn't really matter because he has such great skills. You want to utilize him in all aspects of your passing offense.
And there he was in the slot for the catch. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Locke working out of the gun. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up second down. They'll try again here from the 7 on second and goal. On second down, a run with Lindsey. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
That run didn't get very far, and I think when you're looking at his dimensions, he's a little bit on the smaller side. He's counting on the big guys up front to escort him in, and they couldn't create any kind of space for him, could they?
Yeah, didn't get the push they needed.
Hey, echo.
Locked now on 3rd and goal. And it'll be intercepted. The safety, Terrell Edmonds, picks it.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Watch your slap, watch your slap, watch your slap. 53 is the mic. 53 is the mic.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Going top shelf. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 ticks to go in half number 1. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
53 to Mike. 53. Check 53. Come on, baby. Let's see what you got. Check 53.
From the gun, it's Rosen. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. That throw good for 4. It's 2nd down. In need of a conversion on 3rd down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Right there, 54. Right there.
The play fake to Balaj. Now Rosen. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. In for the score. And the Steelers are going to retake the lead. So they're able to capture the lead here just before halftime.
And not only that, they get the ball to start the second half.
That's right.
This is almost like basketball down the stretch, right, where you get the 2-for-1 situation where you try and get 2 shots to your opponent's 1. In this situation, they got the touchdown. They'll get another shot at to start the second half.
Could be a big turnaround. This will be fielded at the 6. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, they'll start this drive at about the 37-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go,
and he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you on out to our studios in Orlando. Here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Both these offenses have been in fine form. What will the second half bring us as we are underway in quarter 3? This will be taken very short. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 10 at the 9-yard line.
Let's go.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission? And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, are so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender. To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. He'll have a first down past the 40. And finally, down at the 41-yard line. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already and another 1st and 10. Now Rosen looking to throw. That'll be caught by Rice. It'll be a gain of 17 and a Pittsburgh first.
Nice idea, nice concept there. Line him up on the left side of the formation. Let him sneak his way across. Coming back underneath. Put it in his hands. Let him get a few more yards after the catch, too.
Great way to utilize a tight end on the drag route.
Foxtrot.
Watch the run. Watch the run. Good shot, baby. That's a baby shot.
Rosen on 1st and 10. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off at the 15. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offense coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play. Lock now on 1st down. This one complete to the running back, Lindsey. No gain on the play there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. Lock to throw on 2nd down. He's got his big tight end, Fant. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 42. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. Into the red zone, it's Locke. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
70 Indians.
1st and goal at the 1-yard line.
They'll try to run with Lindsey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. So they're backed up to the 3-yard line, 2nd and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Dillon. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They'll keep it on the ground. Dillon, and he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos have once again taken the lead. And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2.
Hey, Zoo.
54's Mike. 54's Mike. Check. Watch 54.
From the gun, it's Locke. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And in the 3rd quarter here, they were trying to push that to a 3-point game, but instead it'll stay at 1.
And I'm a big proponent of not chasing points or going for 2 too early. But in this case, I understand why. You know, if you kick an extra point, you're just up 2, right? So a field goal still puts the other team ahead. So you go for 2 here and protect the field goal lead. They didn't get it done, though.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finish off the drive, that doesn't...
Pressure comes and down goes Rosen.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to... And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line, it's a sack. Von Miller has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
And instead, they want to throw it off play action. He goes full extension, and he's got it. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th.
And that's how you throw for a whole heap of yards in a game. You get efforts like that from your receivers. How about him laying out for that catch?
Yeah, excellent. Makes the quarterback look a whole lot better. Fielded just inside the 20. 12 yards on the return that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Around the NFL, 3rd quarter now up in Seattle. Now, you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here. Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First play of the drive, a success, 19 yards. On 1st and 10, it's Lindsey. Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And no more. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Eli Apple. And a great return as he gets this all the way down close to the 30-yard line.
His guys take over 1st and 10 at the 30.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. And he'll give it here to his running back. And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level, because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him. Johnson, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Right here. On. 53. Smooth. And we got Mike, number 53.
To throw is Rosen. Pass complete to his receiver, Godwin. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, My replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking for disruption on both sides right now. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. We saw a number of good games earlier today. This one might top all of those. It's been a dandy as we come up on 1st and 10. There's a ball thrown right side and complete. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Cool under pressure right there, escaping the pocket and finding what I think was not his primary target.
And some of these guys are just so comfortable getting outside of the pocket that they'll do it on purpose.
And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Devin Bush in there to bury him for a loss of 11. The Broncos on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. Throwing his lock on 3rd down. They'll find Lindsey here. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 38-yard line. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
They'll run on first down. It's Lindsey, and this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the Steelers' 39-yard line.
Ready! It's 60 Pittsburgh.
Block 54. Ricky. Slam.
Let's go.
Now Locke throwing on 2nd down. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to get it to Phillip Lindsay there. 3rd down here.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here's Locke. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. What, he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Locke. Going deep for Hopkins. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. DeAndre Hopkins with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point from McManus is good, and the lead is up to 5. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Rosen now 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Josh Rosen. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. So the Steelers with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Hey, watch that.
Throwing now is Rosen. This one into the hands of the running back, Balazs. It's a 9-yard pickup on the play, and that's going to bring up a third down. Nothing open downfield. They went underneath.
Yeah, see if you can get it to your running back. See if you can make someone miss in the open field.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
It's our time. It's our time, guys. It's our time. Check 31. Check 31. 53. Check 53. Hey, pick it up, defense. Let's go. Check. 50.
Rosen to throw. Left side here. That's complete to Godwin. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up 4th down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Hey, Alpha.
53 is the mic. All day, just like that. Just like that. Let's go, let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Rosen. And that is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position.
Check 55. Exit.
On 1st down, Lindsey trying to run inside, but nothing there. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They'll run now with Peyton. That 2nd down run, a big help. The 7 yards leaves them with just a 3rd and 3 now. The Steelers signal for the 2nd of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game.
Check 25. Check 25.
On 3rd down, here's Lindsey. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. Now the Steelers going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds left to go. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that'll push the lead up to 8. But from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a 1-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. 1-possession game. Time very much a factor. How does the offense handle this situation?
Well, in a lot of cases, they should be somewhat relaxed. And I know that's counterintuitive because this is a pressure situation. But this is Friday practice every week of the season. You go over this situation, having to go downfield, limited timeouts, got to get out of bounds and keep the drive going and set yourself up. Defensively, you can't just lay back and let them do whatever they want. So it is a cat and mouse deal here. How much pressure will the defense bring, and how much pressure can the offense handle?
We're going to find out. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Hey, exit.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally get him down, but not before he reaches the 34. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. We'll go.